to talk about my experience about yoga, I come into yoga after I had a very severe spinal disease, which is spot spine disease, because of which my lower limbs were completely not working. I was completely on bed for approximately 2 years. Yoga really helped me out in coming out from that phase, and today I'm fit and fine. In fact, I'm running my own yoga classes. And if I talk about yoga, yoga is not just physical exercise, it's more than it. It gives you a lot many opportunity to explore your own self. You start loving yourself more. You start taking care about yourself. And Johanne also speak the same thing. We need to understand our own self. We need to learn. We need to learn how to love our own self, else expecting others. Similarly, I'm also taking care of lot many other things. I'm also into mind power training. I'm also into HR consultancy, but yoga is my passion. And apart from passion, it's just being a part of my life now. As these days people are complaining, today I will be talking more about the spinal health, as people are more complaining about their back pain or shoulder pain, as more of the time they are working, they're spending around 8 to 10 hours on system. We will be talking about the posture. Usually the spine pain occurs because of our wrong posture, how we sit, how we carry ourselves throughout the day. Whenever we are sitting, usually what happens, either we slouch ourselves when we are working on computer, or when we are looking to a mobile, either we are looking like this, which creates a pressure on our cervical region when we are working, and we are slouching ourselves towards the system, and our spine is not correctly placed. Many of the time we feel strain on our lower back, because of which we feel pain and stiffness on our lower back. So today we will be talking few small exercises what we can do. Like on the screen, if you see, when we are sitting, many of the time when we are slouching, our spine is not in a proper alignment. So we need to take care of our spine when we are sitting. We need to sit tall so that our spine is on the same line with our neck, which is supporting the entire our system. Spine is not just a bone, it's the entire system. It's controlling our entire body. Spine is connected with our spinal cord, which is connected with our brain, which is supporting our each and every organ. If spine is not healthy, it will not support our other organs. And if we really want to live our active life, we need to take care of our spine. We need to sit tall so that our spine is getting proper alignment. There's few things which we can do to take care of our spine with our postures. We need to keep our spine straight so that we are sitting tall and straight, our shoulders are relaxed, neck is properly aligned. We feel that there is an imaginary line which is running from our top of the head till our tailbone. If we sit accordingly, we will feel that we are feeling little confident. Whenever we are sitting tall, we are feeling confident. When we slouch forward, obviously we are not looking good. So when we are sitting tall, we are feeling confident as well. We always look good. Shoulder blades should be squeezed back so that our front portion, our chest is open. Spine is completely straight. We have 3 spinal curves: cervical, thoracic, and lumbar. If any of these curves is not properly aligned, we might get some or the other sort of a pain, which really makes our daily routine very inconvenient. So if we take care of these small things, this will definitely help us to maintain our spinal health. Sitting tall is always like, keep your spine straight, make sure that your ears are just above your shoulder, your back is getting a proper rest, knee level and hip level is on the same line. So these small things will really help. In fact, sometimes when we are working, our system level is little down and we are looking downward. When we are looking downward, definitely our head also goes down, which create a strain on our neck, which again create pressure on our shoulder and neck muscle. So if we just do little, we are taking a little precaution, these things will really help us. These few asanas which I have shown on the picture, however, I will be demonstrating few of them. These few asanas which I'm showing on this, like when we are sitting, if we raise our both hands and stretch it to keep our spine straight, incorporating with the breath, and like in yoga, we always do each and every exercise with coordinating with breath. Breath is the king of mind, and similarly, if we are taking a proper inhale and exhale, that's definitely help us to pass on the for not only positive energy, but yes, each and every cell is getting energized. These few things which we are supposed to do while we are doing a spinal exercise. Today I'm just be talking about a few exercises which we can do while sitting on chair while we are working in office, when we are spending approximately 7 to 8 hours time in our desk. So there's few exercises which we can do, like if you stretch your both hands. If you guys want, you can join me together. If you want, we can do together. Stretch your both hands, turn your wrist, pull your wrist up, just pull your spine as far as possible. The maximum what you can do, if you just stretch your whole body up. When we are stretching whole body up, we are creating length in our spine. Incorporate with your breath, deep inhale, slow exhale. We will do for 5 counts. Slowly release and come back. Just take both your hands together, interlace it. With inhale, raise your hands up. With exhale, turn your hand back, slightly arch back. We will do few counts of inhale, exhale. Slowly, we will come back. When we are doing eagle twist, we are taking it up. We are creating stretch on our shoulder blade. When we are going back, it's creating stretch on our lumbar region. So this gives a very good stretch for our spine. Similarly, when we are on a desk, we can also put both on our hands on desk, stretch ourselves as much as possible. Deep inhale, stretch your spine as far as possible. Just make sure that you're not rolling your shoulder. We are not rolling our shoulder, but we are just pushing ourselves back with our tailbone and stretch it. The more we stretch, we get a stretching stretch feeling on our lower spine, which will help us to relieve all sort of stiffness. We will hold this for a couple of breaths. We will be mindful with our breath. Deep inhale, slow exhale. Slowly come back. Hold this posture for a couple of breaths. Slowly come back. When we are going left side, we are creating a stretch on our side body, which is helping us on our love handle, as well as it will also help in reducing weight. We sit comfortably with our spine straight. Take your right hand, keep it on your left knee. Left hand behind your chair. Twist back, look towards your left side. Hold your posture as long as it's comfortable for you. Keep your breathing, deep inhale, slow exhale. Slowly come back. We will repeat this same with other side. Keep your left hand on right knee. Twist towards your right side. Look towards your right shoulder. Deep inhale, slow exhale. We will do 5 to 6 rounds of inhale, exhale. Slowly release, come back. All these things will help us in releasing stiff back. It also helps in creating flexibility for our spine. Spinal flexibility is highly recommended because usually what we do, whether we are seeing mobile or we are working on computer, either our neck is like this or we are slouching back. Because of all these things, we are getting stiff back and stiff neck. So these small exercises will really help to take care of our spine. Like when we are working for long hours and we are sitting for very long hours, it's always advisable after every hour, if you just walk around. I usually whenever I talk to someone, I always advise them, don't keep your water bottle in front of you. So whenever you're feeling thirsty, just take a walk and grab yourself a water. Because when you're walking, at least you're releasing all those stiffness. We are not walking. In fact, during these lockdown period, people are stuck at home. So everything is very convenient. We are using laptop on bed. We are lying down or we are doing our work on bed as well. So we are just playing with our own body. After a certain point of time, these things become really terrible. Pain is so unbearable that you are not able to take care of other things. So it's always good if you do at least 5 or 10 minutes of exercise will really help you for longer run. And these exercises, if you make sure, like if you're going for a break, if you're going to have your lunch, just make sure that you're doing small exercise just for 5 minutes. Or if you're planning to have a tea, just do a few stretches before that, so that you're not making a 1 hour exercise plan, but still 5 minutes is giving you relief from your pain, stiffness, and flexibility. You're getting flexibility because if someone is just raising high like this till here, maybe in 10-15 days time, they can reach till little longer. So it's always advisable, just do little every day. When you're doing at least a centimeter of change in your body, that's a great amount of change. Motivated me to start yoga. As I told you that I had a very bad history. My medical history was not very good. I had a pot spine disease because of which I was completely on bed for approximately 2 years. And I really lost all hope because nothing was working for me. Though I was under medication, I had gone through medication as well as physiotherapy. It was helping, but I didn't have the confidence to stand on my own feet. After a few days, it may not days, I would say days, it's like 6 months or 7 months, when someone introduced me to yoga. I started doing yoga, but I was not at all confident that I will be able to do all those asanas. Like I was really fascinated to do those handstand and headstand, which was, I think everyone loves to do that. But due to my health condition, I thought it's just a dream for me. I won't be able to do it. When I'm not able to move my own leg, how can I do all these things? But I'm blessed to have my teacher, my guru, who really supported me, motivated me, encouraged me. In fact, she was the one who always dragged me every day. That no, you have to do, you have to do. So that's what made me so much. That's really gave me confidence that yoga is something which can help everyone. Maybe every asana is not for everyone, but yes, everyone can find their own way. How can they, what best they can do with you. Gradually, I started getting confidence. I was able to walk on my own feet. From wheelchair to own feet was an achievement for me. Literally, it was an achievement for me. And after that, my journey was just, it's going on. I'm keep on learning. I have upgraded myself with lot many other courses. I've upgraded myself with Ashtanga Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Shivananda Yoga, Pilates, and lot many other things. And definitely it's helping me. And after going through those courses, I really understand yoga is not just physical. It gives you a hell lot of mental peace. When I'm on my mat, I really forget all tension, all stress, what is there. It's helping me in keeping myself fit, keeping my mental approach very right. My thought process has changed. And similarly, the more I'm learning, I really feel like spreading this good habit with everyone. I really encourage everyone, especially the young ones as well. These days, if you see the young kids, the kids who are just 8 or 9, they really don't able to touch their own feet. They are just struggling because they are either sitting in front of the computer or laptop. They're so much addicted with it. So if yoga is introduced to the small kids, it will really help them to grow as a fit individual, as well as it will be them to get a very good mental approach as well. Rest is not that we are sleeping. Our body is repairing ourselves. Almighty has given us the body which has the capacity to repair on its own. We have so many doctors in our this they can also advise us that when we are sleeping, our internal organs get time to repair our body. When we what we eat, it gets time to digest before we flushing out. We are absorbing all those nutrients which we are having. So eating healthy, taking a proper sleep, drinking proper water, exercising. Exercise is also important to keep us healthy. Only eating good will not work. We need to incorporate few exercises. Maybe people don't have exact time for hour or two to spend on exercise. We can break that. We can do like small exercise, maybe 20 minutes in the morning, and throughout the day when we are working, maybe 5 minutes every hour or something. If we just keep our body moving, it will really help us. It will not help us looking good. It will definitely help us in feeling good. Exercise, people have the misconception. Exercise means that the moment you join gym, either you will be John Abraham or you will look like Deepika Padukone. That's not the case. Exercise or keeping fit means that how good you're feeling yourself. Feeling good about yourself, that's the more important thing. Rather, imagine yourself that I will be just like Deepika Padukone in some day. Definitely, if you're working on it, maybe we can look like it, but fitness means how good we are feeling about ourselves. Like it's always said, when we are doing something for constantly for 21 days, that became like a habit for us. So pick up any activity, whichever activity suits you, whether it's running, jogging, walking, yoga, Zumba, Pilates, anything, whatever suits you. But definitely yoga helped me. Yoga really worked like a magic for me. So I definitely promote yoga. Otherwise, all other form of exercise are equally good. Yeah, there is one added benefit with yoga is that we can do it with any age. There is no foundation. Maybe we cannot do all asana, but definitely there is a midway. We have alternative for everything. All asana we cannot perform in every age. Similarly, all asana is also not advisable for everyone. So we need to check our body. We need to observe our own strength, on our own capacity. We need to work on it. Maybe initially I'm not able to move my hand to this much. After certain days, I can move little more. So every time when you are working out, we just need to add on. If we keep observing our own limits, that's really, we can work on it. And when we are achieving even a single point, that became an achievement. Those who cannot do even a twist, single twist, if they start doing twist or they start touching their own toe, that became achievement for them. Yeah, I have started touching my own toe. That's achievement. So if you just enjoy small things, when we are running for bigger things, that I'm not happy, I'm looking for outer world to make me happy. No one can make you happy. You are the only person who can keep yourself happy. So that's the mantra. If you want to really feel yourself happy, you need to create your own happiness. Happiness is not with the money, it's not with the status, it's all in your own mind. Our own mind create all those thoughts, or our own mind creates all those stress. So if we know how to manage our thoughts, we will definitely able to manage how we feel about ourselves. So I will always say, like, start loving yourself. When you love yourself, you will always eat good. You will always do what is good for you. So honor your body, which has been given to you. Honor your own breath, which we are inhaling and exhaling. Be mindful about your own self. When we are inhaling, exhaling, and throughout the day, we don't take care of our breath. It's always been very shallow. So if we just do 5 minutes of pranayam, deep inhale and slow exhale, we are mindfully inhaling and exhaling. When we are mindfully doing, we are inhaling and 100%. When we are inhaling, our lungs is getting the entire amount of oxygen, and its working capacity is increased. So it's always in yoga, when we are doing any asana, any form of even a single turning or twisting, we always advise deep inhale, exhale. So people are just mindful about their breath. What we miss out in when we are working in a gym, we don't focus on our breath. We do everything very randomly. We pick up this dumbbells, and I'm not talking about everyone, but generally people don't do very mindfully. So it's always advisable. Any form of exercise, if you're doing, just if you're incorporating breath, that will really help you for longer run. brilliance of yoga is that it works on many levels. It takes into account your physical, mental, and spiritual need, and it provides a practical solution. Like when we are doing yoga, like as Dr. Smita said, it's help us in taking off our breath, our mental health, as well as our spiritual level. What we miss out in other things. And as in Sanskrit, what we call, say in yoga anusasana means it's discipline. It's completely discipline. And yoga is 100% practice. It's not theoretical. The more you practice, the better you are. Maybe your practice may be for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, but if you are consistent with your practice, it will definitely help you. As it's really helped me, so I can say that it's really helped. I have changed my mental approach. I have changed my thought process. I was very what I say. I get very frustrated very soon, irritable very soon. But now I know my thought process entirely changed. My attitude, my relationship with my family, it has changed. Because when you start understanding yourself and you're happy with your own self, you can spread the happiness. You need to keep your own cup full before giving it to someone else. When you are completely full with your own self, then only you can spell out. So when I'm happy only, then I can spread those happiness with others. So taking care of your own self, taking care of your own body, feeling good about yourself, that's always good. People have the misconception that when we are contagious and when we are just looking like a model, then only it's fitness. Fitness has nothing to do with your curves. Yes, if you're really concerned about your curves, then it's always better to take care of your spinal curves. Because those are the major curves which create hell lot of difference in your body. Each and every vertebra with the spinal cord which is running through, it's attached to our organs. If our spine is not healthy, it will not support our organs. For living an active life, spine should be healthy. Not many forms of yoga is there, like Ashtanga, Vinyasa, Hatha Yoga, Yin and Yang Yoga, Power Yoga, Hot Yoga, Bikram Yoga. There's lot many styles are there. Shivananda style is there. Iyengar style is different. So each and every style is little bit different. But the core motive is to get the optimum health and elevate your own self. But yes, I always recommend for Ashtanga, because Ashtanga is the base for all other form of yoga. That's the base of all form of yoga. After learning Ashtanga, you can play with other form of yoga. Like I have done Ashtanga, Hatha Yoga, Shivananda Yoga, but basic what I learned that Ashtanga is the base of everything. It's the eightfold yoga. Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. These are the 8 things what we are taught in yoga. But when you have learned Ashtanga, when you're starting, it's always advisable that start with Ashtanga. Thereon you can move on to other form. I myself like dynamic form of yoga because it's help in reducing weight, as well as you do lot many other form of exercise along with it. And you can also add vinyasa. It's really cool. When you're doing vinyasa, you're flowing with your own breath. It's just like your breath is working as a music, and your postures are just like a dance. So vinyasa is also very good. So we just need to try out which form of workout is suiting for us, which form of yoga is suiting for us. Some may not find it suitable to go for Bikram yoga, which is the hot yoga. It's also not recommended for everyone, because those who already have a high blood pressure or heart disease, they should not go for Bikram yoga, which is the hot yoga where temperature is increased to 35 to 40 degrees. So it's not advisable for everyone. It's always advisable to practice yoga in the morning. When you're doing first thing in the morning, you will not miss it. So it's always best. Not only you miss, it's also like we have a gap of approximately 8 to 10 hours of meal. So we don't have to think that I have eaten something, so I can't do. We can do yoga in the evening as well, but it's always advisable to do in the morning first thing. Because when we are doing in the morning, If you're doing outdoor, you can also do in the park or in your terrace. You're getting the clean air as well. The more we delay, it's many of the time we forget, or many of the time we engage with other activities.